Caves, mysterious, beautiful, and unforgiving. For centuries, they have challenged explorers, tempted adventurers, and tested the limits of human courage. But behind the stunning formations and narrow passages lies a danger that doesn't forgive mistakes. Today, we dive into 3 real-world cave tragedies, each one painful, heartbreaking, and entirely avoidable. These are the stories that change the way the world looks at cave exploration forever. Our first story begins in the American Southwest, where a group of amateur spelunkers set out to explore a well-known limestone cave system. The cave was considered moderately difficult, but still safe for hobby explorers, as long as everyone followed the map. But excitement has a way of clouding judgment. As the group moved deeper underground, one member, Ethan, a 22-year-old college student, decided to take a shortcut through a side passage. It was narrow, dusty, and marked with a faint "Do Not Enter" sign faded from years of neglect. He thought it would lead him back to the main route. He was wrong. Inside, the walls tightened. The ceiling dropped. Soon, Ethan was crawling on his stomach. Panic set in as the passage pinched tighter around his chest. He tried backing out, but the space was too tight. He was stuck. For hours, rescuers worked, using ropes, pulleys, even lubricants to free him. But the angle of the passage made rescue nearly impossible. Ethan's lungs could not fully expand. Every breath grew shorter, harder, until finally he couldn't breathe at all. A wrong turn, a moment of overconfidence, a sign ignored. One of the most avoidable deaths in cave exploration history. Our second story takes place on the rugged coast of Florida, where underwater caves attract divers from all over the world. But underwater caves are a different beast entirely. Dark, disorienting, and unforgiving to beginners. On a warm spring afternoon, 2 friends, Michael and Darren, decided to explore a partially flooded cave. Neither of them was cave certified, but both had watched videos, read forums, and believed they could figure it out. The cave tunnel started wide and inviting, but deeper inside, the water levels began to rise with the incoming tide, something listed clearly on every map and warning sign outside. But the 2 friends had skipped that step. As the tide surged, their exit tunnel filled faster than expected. Panic hit them simultaneously. Their single flashlight flickered, then died. In the pitch-black water, they kicked wildly, scraping against the jagged limestone walls. By the time rescue divers arrived, the tide had reclaimed the passage entirely. The 2 men were found only a few meters from the entrance, an exit they never saw because they hadn't checked the tide schedule. A tragedy that could have been prevented, with a 2-minute read of a warning sign. Our final story happened in the Appalachian Mountains. A group of experienced climbers entered a vertical cave known for its beautiful underground waterfalls. The descent required carefully rigged ropes, anchors, and communication. But one climber, Rachel, had brought her own gear, including a rope that had been sitting in her garage for nearly a decade. During the descent, her teammates noticed slight fraying, but Rachel insisted it was strong enough. She had used it years ago and believed it would hold one more time. Halfway down a 70-foot drop, the rope snapped. Rescuers reached her quickly, but the fall had caused fatal injuries. An entire life lost, not because of nature, not because of the cave, but because a simple piece of equipment went unchecked. In caving, gear doesn't just matter, it decides life or death. These stories are painful reminders that caves demand respect. Every rule, every checklist, every warning sign exists for a reason. A wrong turn, a tide ignored, a rope left untested. Each one led to a tragedy that never needed to happen. If you explore caves, do it right. Prepare, plan, never ignore safety, and never ever assume nature will wait for you to catch up. Stay safe, stay aware, and remember, the most dangerous cave is the one you underestimate.